back to Healthy Eating with Chef Eileen and Active Plus. So today I want to talk to you a little more about creating great habits and eating healthy. And anyone who's sat through any of my cooking classes or my nutrition classes has heard me say that what you put into your body matters. Right? It all goes along with mindfulness. I encourage you to read food labels. I encourage you to drink water, eat whole grains, incorporate fruits and vegetables into your diet, and also lean proteins, right? Like chicken and fish, and to have, this to be a part of what you're eating daily, weekly. Today I want to focus on the vegetable portion of the eating healthy. And I know some of you just rolled your eyes at me, and that's fine, because I was definitely one of those youngsters, young adults, and even that rolled her eyes whenever someone handed me anything that wasn't like corn or potatoes. So when I'm talking about vegetables, I'm not talking about starchy vegetables, and those are fine to have on occasion, right? Corn, potatoes, sweet potato, that is fine. But what I'm talking about, and what I'm going to encourage you to include in your diet, is green vegetables, especially leafy green vegetables. The darker the better, right? So today we want to talk about 3 different kinds of vegetables that you can make. I have some sugar snaps, which happen to be one of my favorite. Anything that's like a green pea, green beans, string beans, let's see, sugar snaps, sweet peas, all those are, I love them. I can't get enough of them, right? And it's springtime, so they're all super crisp and fresh, and you can actually even eat them raw. So we're gonna cook some of those. We're also gonna cook some broccoli, and we've got some spinach. And I'm gonna split the spinach in half, and we're gonna do a sauteed, like wilted spinach, and then we're going to make a salad with the other half of the spinach. So 3 different ways to enjoy your vegetables. Now, why do we want you to eat your vegetables? Vegetables are high in nutrients, right? They're gonna give you what your body needs to thrive. The dark leafy ones, especially, high in vitamins, high in minerals, high in fiber. This is what your body needs. This is what your body uses for you to just kind of keep chugging along. And these days, what we're dealing with, this global crisis really on health, we want you to be as healthy as possible. So not only should you be staying active, you should be putting into your body the things that are going to make you stronger, going to help your immune system, help you really ward off illness and disease. So that's why we want you to eat vegetables, right? These are the things that help you fight illnesses like obesity, like diabetes, like heart disease. These are the things that are going to keep you from getting sick. So stop rolling your eyes. Let's talk about how to make these really delicious. And we'll incorporate a little bit of knife skills as well. So I picked some, look at our basil. It's straight from our arrow garden, from our classroom. So I picked some basil. We're gonna use that to add some flavor. I'm still chewing on that green leaf. I have some garlic, some shallots, all aromatic. I got a tomato, a red pepper. In addition, I have a few different kinds of oils. I've got some sesame oil, I've got some truffle oil, so you can see that, some olive oil, some vinegar, all that good stuff. As far as vegetables, now, fresh vegetables are awesome. I prefer fresh vegetables because I like crunchy foods. I don't like to overcook them. However, a fresh vegetable, a frozen vegetable, a raw vegetable, a canned vegetable. Just have your vegetables. Now, canned vegetables are my least favorite because they tend to be a lot softer, but those will work too, especially now when maybe getting fresh produce is a lot harder. Now, frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables are great. They're actually, usually they're frozen just after they're picked. So you've got like a super fresh product. I got some, here's some frozen broccoli. And one of the things you want to do, if you're going to use a frozen vegetable and say saute it the way we're going to do, you want to let it defrost and maybe run it under some warm water so that you're not cooking something that's frozen, because then all of that water from the ice is going to end up in your dish and give you like watery, mushy broccoli. We still want this to be as crisp as possible, even though it was frozen, okay? All right, let's get our aromatics ready, and then we'll move on to our vegetables. So I love garlic, loads and loads of it. So as far as getting into your garlic, give it a little pound, just like that, pop it out, and then you can slice it, you can mince it. Slice, just like so. Some people don't like biting into big hunks of garlic, so a slice is great. A mince is even better for those people. I don't mind a little bit of garlic. And I always have some mince on hand. Okay, so this is the garlic that I'm going to use. I'm only making small portions, so I don't need so much. Usually I have a ton of garlic on here. But I'm just going to do one garlic. Okay. And then our shallot, also very aromatic. A little sweeter than an onion, not as pungent as a clove of garlic. It's really great. Again, this one I'm going to slice. Just like so. Remember, when you are slicing, that little bear claw I taught you, that's going to have your knife run along the sides of your knuckles to keep you from getting cut. Okay? You want a sharp knife, right? Remember, a dull knife slides off your fruits or vegetables and it's much easier to cut yourself, and it really is a nasty little cut. So a sharp knife is a safe knife, okay? So we've got our sliced shallot, that's going to be there on the side as well. We're going to get rid of those scraps. And then I'm going to cook my sugar snaps, these guys here, with some peppers. Now what's important is, notice the length of these. You want to put the things that you're cooking in the same pan. You want them to be about the same size so that they cook evenly. Okay, so I'm going to start by slicing our pepper. I forgot to get rid of that little membrane. Get rid of that. It's edible, but just not as desirable in my dish. So right now I have these great sticks. And if I cut them in half, they'll be about the same length as our sugar snap. Okay? So those are going to go in here because I'm going to cook them together. So that will be our first dish. And then I'm going to show you how to pep your sugar snap or your snow peas. Like I said, super edible. The one way to prep it is you're going to pull off the end. And there's usually, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little membrane that runs along the side of it. And it's edible, perfectly fine, but tends to be a little like harder to chew, like, you know, it's like woody. So we just pull that off. That's the easiest way to prep that. And I did all of those. I just have a couple left that I wanted to show you guys. There's actually not a lot of membrane on there. Okay, so those are our sugar snaps. We've got our shallot. And we've got our garlic right here. The basil I'm actually going to use with our tomato. It's going to go in our salad, so I'll show you how to do that after. Why don't we get started? Here we go. Here's our burner. Put that in, right there. And we're going to turn it on medium. We'll let that heat up. So for our sugar snaps, olive oil works really well. It has great flavor. Truffle oil, which is our olive oil that's infused with truffles, also really great. And a lot of times I love using sesame oil. So I think today I'm going to do some sesame oil, I'm going to do some garlic, hit it with a little salt and pepper, and that's it. You can add some lemon zest to that. You can add a little hot sauce if you prefer it spicy. So there's lots that you can do with it, but it's a really simple way to enjoy these guys. So I'm gonna do sesame oil, and just a drop goes a long way. So maybe about a teaspoon or so. Oops, that actually is a little more than a teaspoon. You wanna make sure your pan is hot before you throw anything in. Right, that's gonna help us saute. You wanna always hear that sizzle. So we're going to, the sesame oil is in. I'm gonna do garlic. Actually, I'm going to do shallot. I'm going to save the garlic for our spinach. Okay. It's starting. And I'm going to get my tongs over here. like I said, our vegetables, high in vitamins and nutrients and fiber, so it's really good for you. Fiber aids with digestion. I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but fiber, you need it for digestion. So don't forget to have some. Okay, so here we go. Our shallots are cooking. Let's see if I can get it. You can definitely hear it. Check it out. Sizzle. And then you start to smell it, right? You're hearing the sizzle, you start to smell them cooking, just like that. Some people will blanch your pea pods first. I prefer a crunchier pod, so I don't do that. We're just going to throw them right in. And I have a small pan, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. If you overcrowd it, you'll really end up steaming. Let that cook for a little, and then we're going to move on to our spinach. So while this cooks, I'm going to move it over, and I'm going to teach you how to make vinaigrette, because we're going to do half of our spinach as a salad and half of it wilted. Right, so here is, there you go. It's almost like a side salad of spinach. Now, for your vinaigrette, we're going to do, it's 1 part vinegar, and 2 parts oil. So by parts, if I do 1 teaspoon of vinegar, then I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of oil, right? Or 1/4 cup of vinegar for a larger batch, then I'm going to do 3/4 cup of oil. So I'm doing a small amount of vinaigrette here. A vinaigrette is just vinegar, olive oil, maybe some salt and pepper. I always throw in a little bit of Dijon mustard to help emulsify it so that it coats really well. There we go. So here we are. And then you're just going to whisk it up. Like that. There you go. A little salt. And a little pepper. And our vinaigrette, which is ready. We'll cut these guys out. Like that. Now you can always go longer than that. I think they're perfect this way. They're nice and crunchy. Again, a little salt. And a little pepper. Give it a toss. Right into our bowl. Check that out. So good. Okay. I'm going to wipe this out. Moving on to our wilted spinach. We'll go back to our salad. Again, a little bit of oil. This time I'm going to go with the olive oil. About a teaspoon is more than enough. It's hot. We're going to give it our garlic. Now you want to be careful not to burn your garlic. Burnt garlic doesn't taste good at all. You just want it to cook and start to get that oil coming out of it. And like I said, wilted. So wilted doesn't mean it's cooked all the way down, just enough. We're going to cook it just enough. You hear that sizzle. Let's see if the rest of this in here. Wilted spinach. Here we go. So you're going to see it's going to start to cook down. You can always do use a little more oil. I like to go light on the oil. It's wilting. I'm going to grab another bowl. And again, a little salt, a little pepper goes a long way. Now, red pepper flakes, really great on this. If you want to throw in maybe a little bit of Parmesan cheese grated right on top, that works too. Lots of flavor there. So, look at that. That took about a minute and a half. And it makes a wonderful side. So, I'm going to actually save this for my mom. She loves wilted spinach. I prefer spinach as a salad and definitely my smoothies, which you already know. I'm going to move that over. So, here is our spinach. We're going to use up some tomato. I'm just going to slice it. A serrated knife, see the one with the little edges here, is the best knife to use for cutting tomatoes so you don't squash them. So, like that. Just like so. I'm going to drop it right in there. I'm going to use some of that delicious basil from our garden. And with the basil, we do what we call a chiffonade. So you're going to roll it up just like so, nice thin rolls. And then we're going to slice. So you end up with these really beautiful strips. We're going to throw that in. And then we're going to finish with our vinaigrette. Again, for this one, you can sprinkle some cheese, maybe some pine nuts, definitely some croutons. We're going to drizzle. Look at that. Just like that. Give it a toss. So that basil is going to give it such a wonderful flavor, right? It's very fragrant, very fresh, very floral tasting. You're going to love that. Okay, spinach salad alongside our sugar snaps. And then the last thing is the broccoli. Now, for the broccoli, move some of this stuff over. Again, like I mentioned, you want everything to be about the same size. We want to cook this pretty quickly, so cut it down into florets. This here would be a floret. So it's fine if they're larger pieces, but as long as they're all about the same size when they're cooking, that's what we want. Okay, broccoli. Broccoli is another one of those vegetables I prefer raw, but my sister loves it sauteed. So we're gonna saute that for her. And I'm gonna use the truffle oil. And then, you know, some people may not have fresh garlic in their pantry or in their crisper. So I brought out some dry spices. So here is some dry garlic, I've got some more pepper, I've got some cumin. So, you know, if you can't get the fresh stuff, which these days it's harder to get, dry is perfectly fine. All right. Again, here's our pan, smoking. We're going to go ahead and take our broccoli it was frozen, and now I've defrosted it. And I'm going to throw it in, and you're going to hear that sizzle. Right. Move it over so you can see it. There we go. I'm going to make sure it's evenly placed in that pan so that it, missed a piece, so that it cooks evenly. So our truffle oil is in. We're going to leave this set for about a minute on one side, another minute on the other side. Because it's been frozen, it's a lot more tender than broccoli that you start off cooking raw. So it's not going to take as long. And the pieces are pretty small. Okay. So I actually like, once the broccoli is cooking, I have to start off, give it some salt and pepper. The salt is actually going to help it, help some of the liquid come out. I'm just going to purge this liquid. And now we just wait. Let's see. We got our salad, our wilted spinach, our regular spinach, and then our broccoli. So I'm going to show you. Here we go. See there? How it's already starting to brown. That's what you want. Give it a little bit of color. Looking good. Okay. Leave it alone and let it cook. I'm so tempted to touch it. Alright, so while the broccoli cooks, just want to review. We are going to encourage you to continue eating healthy. What you put into your body matters, especially now when we're dealing with this crisis of health in our world. We want you to be able to fight off any kind of illness, the common cold, right? Even that, we want you to be able to fight it off. So if you're filling your body with nutrients, then it'll be a lot easier for you to do that. So eat your vegetables, eat your fruit. Sorry about that. Lean proteins, whole grains. Okay? Stop rolling your eyes at me. I know. I'm a broken record. So, broccoli, I smell it cooking. And then mix it up. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of garlic powder. I don't put in the garlic powder too soon because I don't want it to burn at the bottom of our pan. So I usually finish it off with a little bit of that. And then if it seems too dry, like it's looking a little dry, a little more of oil is okay. Okay. You guys, it smells so good. I'm actually going to set it on the side of our spinach. Okay, so here you have it. There is our broccoli, which was frozen. We defrosted it and then sauteed it. There is our spinach. It was fresh spinach that we wilted. And then delicious sugar snaps and red pepper. And then finally, a raw spinach salad. It's got fresh tomatoes and basil and a balsamic vinaigrette. All high in nutrients, all really delicious, all really easy to make. So, this is Chef Eileen coming to you from my dining room. The Active Plus team wants to remind you to stay active and continue to eat healthy and be mindful. And we will continue to come to you with more videos. See you next time.